And we're going to measure from the heart today, guys. Okay? Because like I said, why dirty another dish? Hey everyone, welcome back to my Earth Friendly Kitchen. I'm Maria, your host, and today we're making a Southwestern style pasta salad. We're starting at the sink today because we're going to be opening up some cans and rinsing off the beans for the salad. And I figured why not just start at the sink. So we have one of my very favorite cans with the pop-off tops, and the rest we're going to have to open up by hand. So we're just going to be draining off a can of kidney beans, light red or dark red, whatever you have. Honestly, you could use really whatever beans you want. I like black beans and kidney beans. I think, you know, not only do they have a ton of fiber and a ton of like protein, and they just, I don't know, like the colors together, like they're just really great. And so then I'm going to add, but you can do like pinto or even white beans if you want to. Honestly, this is a very easy salad. I'm also going to do a can of corn, just regular plain sweet corn. And that's also 15 ounces. These are all 15 ounces except for the chilies. I think this is 10 ounces. Yep, 10 ounces. Can you see that I dropped this can like 100 times? What happened to this can, guys? I have no idea. Oh, you know, life happened to that can. All right, and then I'm going to open up this can of black beans. Like I said, this is also 15 ounces. This is like a great pantry meal. You know, this is just stuff that if you have like a party or a potluck, and it's, especially because it's like coming to be spring and summertime, not summertime, not close, but like springtime, you know, but even in the summer, this would be really great because it's kind of a low cook dish. You're really only going to be cooking pasta for the pasta salad, and everything else is from a can. And so you don't have to have like the oven on and everything when you're trying to save energy and, you know, be quick about it. So, all right, and just a can of diced tomatoes and chilies. And you can go as hot or as mild as you want. So I'm just going to give these all a nice quick kind of toss. Rinse them all off because I'm trying to get some of the sodium off. You know, sometimes it's very helpful for a dish to keep the canned juices. But for this dish, we just like to be nice and rinsed off because we're going to be adding our own seasoning with the chipotle dressing. So I'll put this here for now. And then we're also going to be cooking the small bite pasta. So you can use any kind of small bite pasta you want. Orzo would work really well, or ditalini would work well. Today I'm using this congegliette because someone gave it to me. It's a gluten-free brand. Congegliette, I love that word. It's like congeglietti. It's it means little shell, like a little shell. It derives from the word congiglia in Italian for shell. So it's just a small bite pasta is really the key. And I already have some water boiling here with salt already in it. And I'm just going to pour the whole thing in, give it a stir, and this is only going to take about 5 minutes or so to cook. But during that time, we're going to go back and we're going to prep some more things. Okay, so I'm just going to really just, everything that we have in the strainer is just going right into the bowl, right? Because everything, this is what makes it also a really nice, simple dish because, you know, you're minimizing everything that you're using. You're minimizing your equipment, you're minimizing your dirty dishes, which you know we love to do. I'm even minimizing my cutting board. I'm using my very small one today because I literally am only going to be cutting up this onion and some lime in a little bit. So, and I'm just adding this onion. For one, I have it in the fridge and should be used. For two, it's going to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of depth because the things from the can, while they'll have a bite to them because, you know, beans and corn, like they have chewiness, they're soft, right? It's a little bit soft. So the onion's going to give it a little bit of crunch, but we still want to get it nice and small bites. So you're just going to make very small slits here today. This is going to go in raw. So we're not going to put too much in. I'm actually going to do kind of half of the half, so a quarter, because you don't want to overwhelm the dish and it's raw. Again, just for the crunch. So that goes right in. So today, the chop is all about aesthetics and not so much about the cook, as we always like to say. All right, So this is pretty much all we're going to do. You just want to mix it in. Now, if you do the mix and you see that maybe you need a little bit more onion, you could also do red onion here if you want. That would go really nicely. You know, I just have white onion. That's what I have, right? Use what you got. But yeah, you just give it a mix. And if you see that maybe the ratio is a little bit off, add more if you want to, or leave it out. Some people don't like onions in their pasta salad, you know, raw onions, and that's okay. So then we're going to add pretty much all the flavor. I mean, not that this stuff doesn't have its own flavor, but it needs to be seasoned, right? But pretty much all the flavor that you're going to have is going to be from the dressing. So we are making a chipotle vinaigrette. So, oh, let me get this guy back here. So a chipotle honey vinaigrette, actually. And first we're going to take 2 limes. The juice is going to be 2 limes. This is going to get us about a 1/4 cup. And we're going to add a whole clove of garlic because, you know, I am who I am. Why not? I'm just going to cut off these little end pieces here. I'm going to do these juice because I want to get all the juice I can from these limes. So this is going to be about a 1/4 cup of lime juice between the 2 limes. We're going to do about a 1/2 cup of grapeseed oil. Now you could do avocado oil would work really well here. Really, you just want to do a neutral oil, kind of, you know, just a neutral flavor. Olive oil would be okay, but it's going to add a little bit more flavor than grapeseed or avocado. So I would just, I don't know, I would stick to the more plain if I were you. And you could be me doing this. So, and then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of honey. This is local honey we get from one of our neighborhood growers, beekeepers, which is awesome because, you know, if you can get local honey, for 1, you know where it came from. For 2, you usually know that if there's this theory that if you eat the local honey, it helps reduce your allergies. We're all about getting better with our allergies around here. We got a lot of trees around us, guys. All right, and then we're going to take chipotle peppers. I have my little saver for my can in my fridge because I always, you know, if I don't use them all, this just keeps them nice and fresh. We're going to do 1 chipotle pepper in there, okay? We're going to add a little bit of salt to balance out the sweetness, about a teaspoon. And we're going to do about a teaspoon of cumino or cumin. Okay, and that's it. Really simple. And we're just going to kind of blend this all together. And you just want to make sure that you're chopping up all the garlic and the pepper and giving everything a really nice mix. You know, that oil and lime juice will blend it, and the honey will help emulsify it and keep it together. So that looks great. I'm just going to get a spoon and taste it. Okay. Perfect. Pasta should be ready. It's only 5 minutes, so I'm actually going to go take this because, again, why dirty another dish? Drain it, and then I'm going to bring it back, and we're going to put this all together. You're going to see how delicious it looks. I'm just cooling it off, too, with some cold water to help stop the cooking process. It's going to be warm, which is going to help the pasta absorb a lot of the flavor, like when you add it to the dish. But I do want it to be a little bit cooler and not piping hot, because then it'll get just kind of very soggy if you just leave it like that. Okay, so we have our pasta. It's a little bit cooled off. We ran it under some cold water. Okay, just adding that right in, and we are just adding this right on top. All that seasoning, all that beautiful flavor. And I'm even going to scrape the bottom to where some of that honey might still be, because, you know, it's heavy, right? And it falls. See, look at that honey bit. We want that all getting in here. Now you could add cilantro, green peppers. I mean, really, this is just basic. You know, you can make this your own, however you want. Really the key is the dressing, the vinaigrette. It's just so good. It's so flavorful. You don't really have to add anything extra. I will do a salt test once it's on the pasta and everything. I'll make sure that it has enough seasoning. But look at that. Ugh, so nice. I love all the colors. It's just this nice chipotle Southwest salad. Give it a bite here. Does need a little bit more salt. But other than that, perfect. And the salt is only really to add to kind of brighten everything. I just put a little bit, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon extra on there. But there's a little bit of the heat from the chipotles. The sweetness of the honey really cools it down. The acidity of the lime just brightens everything up and just makes this dish so awesome. And you can just portion it out however you may like. Okay. And there you have it. Beautiful dish. This could be a side dish. This could be a main dish. There's so much protein in here, so much fiber, so much goodness. I mean, you really can't go wrong with it, guys. I suggest you bring this to your next potluck or just make it for lunch for the week. Nice and easy for you for a prep. Okay? If you like this recipe and you want to join me for more, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.